it's actually showing on the stream, on the Twitch part. So that's good. Okay, when I unmute, that means I can hear myself, so I definitely want to remute. Cool. Clip settings, quality, auto, advanced. Cool. Alright, I think that's good. Okay, great. I think it's actually working this time, and maybe it's also going to record for me so I can watch this back and see how cringe it is. Alright, so let's play some Wingspan. Oh wow, that volume is very low. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so I tried to do my first stream a few days ago, and I don't think it worked properly because it was only previewing in the Streamlabs, not on Twitch. And then also I found out that it was not recorded either by Streamlabs or Twitch because I had not set up in my settings to have it record, which was not something that I knew I needed to do. So now I know that, so now this should actually record. And right now I'm trying to go to my sound settings because the sound on the Wingspan is a little bit loud for me. Like, I can't really hear myself talk that much. So I'm going to turn the sound from Wingspan down a little bit. There we go. Output device, headphones, AirPods, input device, headset, AirPods. Okay, so that works. Awesome. Okay. So let's get started. This is my second game of Wingspan on Steam. I think custom game, my settings from last time should be saved. Yes, these were the birds I chose as the avatars and everything, and I was always doing against AI normal because AI hard has been in beta mode for several years now. I just assume it's going to stay that way forever. I don't know, when I tried playing at like different difficulties, I didn't really notice a difference, so just everyone's normal. I'm human, I think, so let's get started. Alright. Ooh, it's nighttime, it's so pretty. Oh, the cute little cottage. It's really nice seeing the game board backgrounds on like a full monitor screen versus just my iPad. Because I used to just play it on iPad, which is obviously a much smaller screen, and much more real estate was taken up by like the interface, so there wasn't as much room to focus on the actual beautiful artwork of the background, so that's lovely. Let's see, I'm last again. Wasn't I last time too? I don't remember. It was a few days ago now. But let's see what our goals are. Okay. Birds worth more than 4 points. I'll be lucky to get one in the first round because they're usually somewhat expensive. Eggs in wetlands. Okay, birds with top cards, and then eggs in stick nests. Alright, so let's see what birds and goals I have. Okay. Well, first let's look at my bonus cards. Okay, birds worth less than 4 points. That's the opposite of this goal, but it doesn't matter because the goal in the first round, it's not usually worth going for unless it aligns with your strategy. Consecutive birds in the grasslands with ascending or descending scores. That sounds like a fun challenge. I don't know how well it will synergize with some of these later end of round goals. But I'm tempted by this one because, because it's part of the Asia expansion, it's not one that I've already played a million times. So like I'm more keen to take it just because it's something different for me. And it gives me a fun challenge to work toward. I don't know how well it will go with like the main end of round goal that I'd want to go for is the last one, and maybe the third one as well. But eggs and stick nests, just because you get 7 points for that if you win it outright. So, the stick nests tend to be the hunter birds, which are often also higher point birds. But, I mean, it doesn't contraindicate itself. So I'm going to choose this bonus card because it gives me a fun challenge to work towards. Oh, one thing to note, each bird score must be higher than the next, or if you're going the other way around, then lower than the next. Because there's a similar bird card in one of the other expansions, I think it's Oceania, but it might be Europe, I don't remember, where the wingspans, ascending or descending wingspans, but for those ones, like, ties count. So if you have two birds in a row with a wingspan of 23 centimeters, you know, like, it still counts. For this one, they have to be different scores. You can't have two birds in a row with a score of 3, then it won't count. So I learned that the hard way when I was playing the beta version of the Asia expansion on iOS. So, alright, so which birds do I actually have for my grasslands, and what are their scores? I've already got several. I think the red-winged blackbird, excuse me, is a good place to start because it's 2 points. So then I can find birds that are worth 3, 4, 5, and 6 points. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 5 birds. Okay. And that shouldn't be too hard. Like, if I were going for the really higher point birds or even the really lower point birds, there's just not as many of them, so it would be more of a challenge. So I will take this one to get myself started. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means I wouldn't need the Australian raven in the grasslands. I could use the gray butcher bird, but I wouldn't be able to play him for a long time, so I'm not sure it's worth it. Let's see, so who else do I have? I'm tempted by the verditer flycatcher as a forest bird. First of all, it's beautiful. That's not why I'm tempted by it, though. Like, just it's always good to have a bird in your forest to start to help you get food. But it's also a really good idea to have a bird in your wetlands to start out, because then if there's a bird down here that you really want to pick up, then you don't waste a turn by being only able to choose one bird rather than 2. So the gray butcher bird I wouldn't be able to play in my wetlands just because it costs 3 food. It's really expensive, 1 for off the bat. The common teal only costs 1 food, but it's also 0 points. So is it worth getting it? Let's see, round N. For every 3 eggs in your wetlands, draw 1 from the deck. You may tuck up to 2. Actually, that sounds like a pretty decent power. It could be synergistic with this second angle. Alright, so maybe I'll take that one. And then do I also take the verditer flycatcher? Let's see, is there anything else I want here? Oh, that's a cool power. The Oriental Bay Owl has a really cool round-end power. Activate the when activated brown powers of all of your hunter birds. But I don't. Yeah, that could be really useful, like eventually, but not right off the bat. Okay, so I think I will take these 3. I can hold off on playing the red-winged blackbird. I don't have to play it right away. Let's see, so I get a nectar, so I can use that to play my common teal, and then I will take a cherry and a worm for the verditer flycatcher, which also I don't know if I'm saying that right, but we'll find out because it'll say the name when I play it. Okay, we have our birds, we have our food, we have a plan to at least attempt to achieve this bonus card, if not the end of round goals, so let's go. $418 bird cards left. That's a lot of birds. And I know what most of them are and what most of them do from playing on iOS, but I don't know the Asia ones very well. So I am going to start with the common teal. because if on my next turn a bird shows
Common
up.
teal. This small migratory duck has a range that covers much of the northern hemisphere.
Cool, and it's cute too. So if a bird comes up in the wetlands that I really want to play, like for example, maybe there's a really good grassland bird that's 3 points. Oh, okay, each sport score must be higher than the next, but it doesn't have to be exactly higher. So I could go from 2 to 4 if I wanted. I think it would be safer to go just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But as the game goes on, I'll kind of see if that's what I want to do. Oh, cool, free food. All right, I'll see if I can get a grain for my red-winged blackbird, and I think I can. All right, grain me. Okay, so who do I want to play first? I might as well play this one first. Maybe a grassland bird with 0 or 1 points that I really, really want will come up, and I can start lower.
Verditor flycatcher. The color verditor is an intense blue made by adding chalk or whiting to a copper nitrate solution.
I did not know that verditor was a color, but now I do know that, so that is a fact I will take with me for the rest of my life. I wonder if there's a paint color named that. I bet that word is used somewhere in a paint color. I'm tempted to go to the Sherwin-Williams website and just type in verditor and see what happens. I will not do it now, and by the time I'm done with the stream I will have forgotten about it, but okay, now I'll play the red-winged blackbird.
Red-winged blackbird. Blackbird flocks can include hundreds of thousands of birds.
We have these by us, especially like by the water, by the river, and the towns put up signs during nesting season, beware red-winged blackbirds, because yeah, I guess they're, you know, super protective of their nests, and they will attack you basically unprovoked. I mean, unprovoked as in, you know, you don't think you're provoking them because you're just minding your own business and walking, but, you know, from their point of view, you're coming for their nest. You're coming for their babies if you're coming too close, so get out of there. So, yeah, I guess that's something that happens. Okay. Let's see. I do not want any of these birds necessarily, not for my Grassland Ranger goal, although the little egret is tempting because it could help me with this end of round goal, eggs in stick nests, and this eggs in wetlands. I also want to consider birds with tucked cards. The common teal can have some tuck cards. The red-winged blackbird can have some tuck cards. The verditor flycatcher cannot. So, do I want the little egret badly enough to actually take it? Draw one bird from the deck and add it to your hand. All other players draw one from the deck and keep it if it can live in the wetlands. So that's not a bad power. And it's also cheap to play. I already have a worm, so I could play it right away if I wanted. Let's see, this is a round end power, so I don't need to worry about activating it. I do want to have a bird card in my hand that I don't want to be able to tuck behind the red-winged blackbird when I go lay eggs. And I definitely want to lay eggs before the end of this round, ideally twice. So I could just take 2 birds that I don't want with the intent of tucking them. But I still want to get birds that I do want to play. If I play another wetland bird, it will allow me eventually to get more birds. It doesn't, you don't get to draw 3 by default until you have 1, 2, 3, 4 birds played. That's a lot. So, but you can sack an egg or nectar for an extra card, and the red-winged blackbird is going to give me free eggs. So if I play one more bird in my wetlands, it's worth it. Alright, I'm going to draw one card from the deck, see if I want it or not. Fire-fronted Saren. Lay one egg on this bird for each bird to its left in this row. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to play it in my grasslands because it's 1 point, and I need birds that are 3 points or higher. I could play it in my forest to the left, so that would only get one. No, I don't think this is worth playing. It's really cute though. Look at it eating its little flowers. Oh my gosh. So this could be a good card to tuck behind the red-winged blackbird. Right, so I'll plan to tuck that, and then I will take the little egret because I can play it relatively soon. I still have 4 more turns. I want to lay eggs twice. I want to play the egret. And I want to draw bird cards again so that I may have a second bird to tuck behind the red-winged blackbird. Okay. Do I want any of these birds? The only new one is Thecla's lark. That's never been my favorite. It could help with my Grassland Ranger because it's 4 points. But there are many, many birds that are 4 points that can live in grasslands. It's an expensive bird. It costs 3 food, and I really don't think its power is that great. Discard a grain. I don't have any good sources of grain right now anyway. And lay 2 eggs on this bird. Well, it's only got 3 egg slots anyway, so like you can only activate the power like once before, you know, it's not really worth it in my opinion. So since I don't want any of these birds in particular, I'm gonna lay eggs first, then I will play the egret, unless there's something down here that I really want. Yeah, so lay eggs, play the egret, draw cards, lay eggs. That is my plan for these last 4 turns of this round. Okay. And I want to lay eggs in my wetlands to activate the common teal's power. Alright. Play and then tuck a card. I'm going to tuck the fire-fronted Saren because I don't need it. Want to lay 1 egg on current bird. Yes. Okay. Awesome sauce. Nothing new here. Okay, I will play my little egret. And then I will spend the free egg that the red-winged blackbird bestowed upon itself.
Little egret. This egret spread its range in the 20th century, including establishing a population in Barbados.
It's pretty. Are its feet yellow? Looks like they are. It's so elegant with like its head feathers. It's like, yeah, I know I'm beautiful. What are you gonna do about it? Okay, so the little egret does give me a free bird. And I'm getting another free bird with my common teal, but I want to have 1 bird in my hand that I don't want to play, so that I can tuck it. So let's draw 1 from the deck, see if we want it. The green pheasant. Oh my gosh, it's so funny looking. All players lay 1 egg. Okay, I would want to play this possibly in my wetlands, but not my grasslands. And if I did play it in my grasslands, it would be toward the end of the game anyway. So I'm not crazy about it. This one is one I could play or tuck. Either way is fine. So let's draw another from the deck. Oh, I love the bird owl. Yeah, I don't know. I love kind of hunting birds. I love owls. It's a pretty good bird. For only costing one food, it's a decent power. Hunting less than 75 centimeters. It's not a ton of birds that fit that category, but like enough that it's reasonably successful. Okay. All right. I will get another bird from the deck. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my gosh. I want to play the willow tit just because of how cute it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, I do want to think about some of the other goals. So if I'm not trying to play it, I just want to look at it. If he has a successful hunt, it will count towards these birds with tuck cards. And I have not really gotten, I've gotten one free food, I think, so far, so I definitely want to get more birds in my grassland, so I'm tempted to play the Baird Owl. The Willow Tit can score me points. That's a pretty reliable, like, if the bird... Since there's 3 different food options in the bird feeder, there's a pretty good chance of that happening, but if you... Yeah, I think it's a pretty reliable source of points, but I still don't think it's necessarily worth playing. So I definitely want to play is it the Baird Owl or the Barred Owl? I do not know. I will find out when I play it, because it will pronounce it for me. So for birds to tuck behind my red-winged blackbird, it's between the green pheasant and the willow tit. The thing about the green pheasant is that I can hang on to it and play it as one of my last birds in the grasslands. And so far I have not found many options for birds to play beyond the red-winged blackbird. I mean, there's the Thekla's lark that I could have, but I don't like it enough to want to play it, so I think it makes more sense to hang on to this guy just because I might need him later to reach my goal. So I will tuck the willow tit. Okay, and once again I will lay eggs in my wetlands, mostly to activate the common teal, but it will also help with this second round goal. Alright, I'm going to tuck the willow tit, and then it will lay an egg on the red-winged blackbird for me. Alright, and that is the end of round 1. Oh, I have to actually activate it. Okay. Okay, draw 1 from the deck. What do I get? Ooh, Oriental Magpie Robin. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I don't think I need you. You know, first of all, I can't play you in my grasslands because I'm going for the Grassland Ranger. You're not going to help that. I could play you in the forest, but your power is quite similar to the common teal, and I don't think it makes sense to like try and split my resources between laying eggs in 2 different places. So I think you are just going to be an instant tuck. Not you, not you. You are going to be an instant tuck. You stay there. But I still want to hang on to the green pheasant for the reasons described earlier, so I will only tuck the 1. Someone got 3 birds worth greater than 4 points. Good for you, red chicken. Alright. Oh, what do we got? We got new birds. None of them help with my Grassland Ranger. Maybe I should have taken that lark. The black stork could be helpful with a common teal, but I don't think I need it. I love the budgie for its power. But I don't know that it really... Well, it will help with the birds with tucked cards goals, but I don't think I need it right now. I don't think I need any of these birds. I want... Alright, so let's play the Barred owl. Oh, if I can. That's annoying. Let's see, there's no rats or nectar in the bird feeder. Verted or flycatcher? So what I can do, I can take the fish, and then it will allow me to re-roll and hopefully be able to grab a rodent or a nectar for my owl, but then it will not activate his power. I can take 2 worms, or a worm and anything else. I could just use 2 food to play the bard or bared owl instead of... Yeah, so either way I'm sacrificing. Or I could just wait to gain food until later and get birds instead. Maybe that makes more sense. I think I should do that because I don't know what kind of food I'm going to need for any future birds here. And if I'm going to be gaining food, I need to be gaining 2 food. So, yeah, it makes more sense to have the next bird for my grasslands decided before I gain food anyway. Alright, so hopefully there's something good in the deck. Okay, alright. Montague's Harrier is decent at 4 points. Maybe I could just have it hunt the budgerigar. I call it Budgie because it's a lot easier to say than whatever its real name is. Budgerigar. I think I will do that for many reasons. It only costs 1 food, so it's easy to play. It's 0 points, so I don't have to feel guilty about like playing a bird on top of it. Like if I played a bird that was worth, 4 or 5 points or something, then it'd be like I'm wasting points by hunting it. But also it prevents anyone else from getting this bird, and then helps me more likely to reach this goal because I'm competing against other players. So I think I'm going to do that. So thank you. Okay, draw 1 from the deck. Musk duck. This is not a bad bird to have. I don't know that it's necessary. Yeah, okay, so like the mountain bluebird is cool. I like to play it in conjunction with hunting birds, like the Montague's Harrier, because I can then play 2 birds on the same turn. But like, if I were to have this bird hunt the mountain bluebird, then, I'm not gaining any point, like, this is already worth 4 points, so it's not an improvement necessarily to have that one. Ooh, all players may tuck a bird from their hand under a bird in their forest and or cash 1 cherry from their supply on a bird. And okay, well I don't have any cherries to cash, but this is kind of cool. Alright, I'm just gonna tuck the musk duck, sorry. Yeah, I like that because it helps with the Bridge with Tuck cards goal. Now, it kind of levels the playing field because everyone got to do that if they wanted to. Oh, and now look at that. Now I've got some nectar. Okay, first of all, there's nothing else here that I want. Not right now. Okay. So, let me get a nectar for my owl, and then I'm gonna grab a grain. Oh wait, no I'm not. I lied. I'm gonna grab a worm. I was gonna grab a grain for him, not the nectar because I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to play him on this round. I still want to get a 3-point bird before I play the 4-point bird. So Yeah, but a lot of birds eat worms, and now I also get a free cherry. So if that other power comes along again, I can cash the cherry if I want. Cool. Let's see, how many eggs do I have? I've got the 4 in here. Ooh, Western Meadowlark? No, you're only 2 points. You're not helpful to me at all. I still only have one bird with a sickness, the little egret. So I'm probably not going to win this end of round goal. That's probably my problem. Like, I focus so much on my bonus cards that I don't really focus on the end of round bonuses as much. I will now take that grain for the budgie. Thank you. Okay. Oh man. Where are all the 3-point grassland birds at? The common chaffinch, both of these birds, the common chaffinch and the ruff, are really good birds. Good powers. But I don't think either of them align with what I'm doing right now. So I'm gonna go play the barred owl and find out if I'm pronouncing it right or wrong. Play the egg from my red-winged blackbird to save my wetlands eggs.
Barred owl. The barred owl's haunting call sounds like, "Who cooks for you?"
Okay. Barred. That is how we say it. Now we know. The more you know. I'm making terrible progress on my Grassland Ranger. I really need to get some more birds going. The laughing kookaburra does not help me there, although it's a really strong power. The little pied cormorant also does not help me. Oh, another free food. Okay. I will grab a rat because I might need that later on for future grassland birds, especially those with higher points. A lot of times the hunting birds are kind of high points. Alright, do I just draw more bird cards? I feel as though I must because I don't have anything to play next. Like, I could skip straight from 2 points to 4 points, and it would still count, but then I have to do 5, 6, 7. I think it's safer to at least spend some more time looking around for a 3, or at least if I can find like a 5 and a 6, the green pheasant can be my 7. At least then, like, I know and I have a game plan before I just go playing birds. But I've got one of every food, which is nice. I don't have a nectar, so I can't sacrifice that for another bird card. I could spend an extra egg, but I'm hopeful that I can lay eggs another time and get 2 more, so that the common teal will double activate. I don't know if that will happen this round or not. So let's see what the deck has in store. You are not helpful. There we go, Dark-Eyed Junco. Oh, and you're also one with a tucking, and you give me a free grain. You are a great bird, and I am so excited to play you. Eastern bluebird, you're not helpful, but either the European honey buzzard or the eastern bluebird are good candidates to tuck under the red-winged blackbird. So I've got 3 turns. I definitely want to play the Dark-Eyed Junco. Yeah, and I'll want to tuck under him as well. Oh, sweet, more free food. I will take it. Abby, please move. You are in the way. I will take a nectar, since I do intend to play the Dark-Eyed Junco before the end of my round. The question is just whether I lay eggs before or after I play it. I have to spend an egg to play it, I will still have 3 eggs in my wetlands at that time, so I can still activate the common teal once. Got 3 turns left. So there's too many choices. If I lay eggs before I play it, first of all, I do lose out on points because it gives me a tuck and a free food. Oh, I can get a 3rd egg. Maybe I'll do that. I'll spend a food to get a 3rd egg. Alright, so I'm gonna play it now. I will spend a worm and a nectar because I want to save my actual grain for the budgie. Okay. So what I can do, because I really wanted to get another 3 eggs.
Dark-eyed Junco. Juncos summer in the cool woods, but will use more open habitats in the winter.
Okay, good for them. I really wanted to get 3 more eggs in the wetlands for the common teal's power. Oh, free, sweet, another free food. So I can spend that one. Yes, I will get a nectar and then I will spend it on an additional egg. This is going swimmingly. I still need... I only need 1 more bird now, assuming that I do play the green pheasant, assuming that I can afford it and have enough time. I need a bird worth 5 or 6 points for this slot. So I do want to keep an eye just to see if there are birds in the wetlands I want to take, but no. Okay, lay eggs, spend a nectar, which does count towards your spent nectar. Now I can do 3. 1, 2, 3. So now the common teal will activate twice for every 3 eggs. I now have 6. Awesome. Okay, and then I tuck 1 behind the dark-eyed Junco, and then I get a free grain. I forgot about that from earlier. And then I tuck... No, not you. Then I can tuck the honey buzzard behind the red and blackbird and get an extra egg. Awesome. I'm making pretty good progress towards the birds with tucked cards goal as well. Okay, so what do I do next? Oh, some things just shifted. But none of them in my favor for the Grassland Ranger goal. Yeah, right now, so I've got 2, 3, 4, and 7, so I need either a 5 or a 6. And at this point, like, to complete it, I will take any 5 or 6 that can live in the grasslands. The parrot crossbill cannot, so it's not worth it to take him. I'm not really focusing on this eggs in stick nest goal. I have only 1 bird that qualifies for it. If I happen to get another bird that does, great, but it's really not my focus right now. Let's see, I want food for my pheasant. Alright, so let's just see what the deck has in store. Okay, common buzzard, similar to the Montague's Harrier. I wonder if it's better to take him instead because he's got the stick nest. Alright, I will consider that. American White Pelican, no thank you, but you can be a tuck friend. Lesser Whitethroat is not helpful. Okay. Okay, yeah, these have the exact same power. They're worth the exact same number of points. They have the exact same number of egg slots. But then the common buzzard can help me in this eggs and sickness goal, so I think I'm tempted to take him instead. Okay. Correct. So I get 2 cards from the deck. 1 and 2. Okay. Both of you have stick nests, but neither of you can live in the grasslands, and neither of you are worth the points that I'm looking for. These are not the birds I'm looking for. I wonder how many times people have made that joke. Like, I'm guessing many, many, many. Alright, but I will tuck both of those to get them out of my hand. They're not useful to me right now. Sweet! 5 points for 6 eggs. Okay, let's see. None of you are helpful to me. I love the nuthatches and the chickadees, though. They're so cute, and I love this power. Just, yeah, they're only worth 2 points, but they only cost 1 food, and they get a free point every single time you activate them. I think they're really good early game birds, and they're good for grassland, or not grassland, forest builds. Not helpful to what I'm currently doing, but nice to see them anyway. Okay, alright, so I have 2 points, I have 3 points. Next I will want to do 4 points. So first I will play the budgie. Spend the grain, get the egg from the blackbird. It doesn't play the fact because I played it in my last game, and right now I have it set to only share facts for new birds. I could turn it on to do all birds, but I'm sure I would get sick of it very quickly. I already kind of get annoyed with it because I'm usually in the middle of talking and it interrupts me, which is extremely rude. So, more free food, okay. Let's see. The green pheasant, when I get around to playing it, it will need a worm. I don't know what else I'm gonna play yet. 5 turns. What are the chances of my finding and being able to play a 5 or 6 point bird? I think they're pretty good, but even if I do not, I can always spend a nectar to get another egg, which is probably useful. So I will take the nectar just in case. The nice thing about the birds like the common buzzard and the Montagu's harrier, when they tuck, if I were to lay eggs, I would get a bird tucked behind the budgie, and then that would still be tucked when I were to play something else on top of it. So it would, I'm going to play the buzzard. So it would get 2 tucked cards instead of just 1. So that's nice. You don't, like it says, you lose any eggs or food that are on the bird, but you do not lose anything that is tucked behind the bird. So that's really useful. Oh, there's a new one. Twite. That is a weird name. Like, it sounds like a fake word, like in a made-up language or something. I mean, maybe it is another language. It's not helpful to my goal, so I'm not going to spend much time looking at it. I think I'm just going to play the buzzard now. I don't see any reason not to. Okay, I will play it on top of the budgie.
Common buzzard. Male buzzards make a spectacular breeding display, flying high, then spiraling down over and over.
Cool. Alright, let's see. I think any of these birds are good potential tuckers. The red-shouldered hawk could potentially help me with this bird with tuck cards goal and this eggs and sickness goal, but I've got so much food right now. I haven't even had a chance to gain food with the barred owl yet. I haven't needed to because I've been receiving free food. So there's no purpose to playing the red-shouldered hawk right now. I definitely, oh, there's new birds in here. I definitely want to focus on achieving the Grassland Ranger goal because I'm running out of time. And none of these birds will help me to do it. So let's see, I automatically get 3 cards this turn, 2 from, just the basic power, I don't know. 2 from having 2 birds in my wetlands, and then 1 from the egret. I could spend an egg or a nectar to get a 4th, so that might be worth it. So let's see if either of these first 2 are helpful to me. Neither of them are. So if the little egret does not, if this next card that I draw from the little egret does not produce a satisfactory bird, then this is basically a waste of my turn. And then I would have to just draw cards again, so I'd rather spend the nectar and give myself a 4th card, a 4th opportunity. Come on. No. Well, that is very disappointing. So, do I spend my next turn? Oh, no? No, Savannah Sparrow is not helpful. Do I spend my next turn drawing bird cards again? I can get another... I could get 4 birds by spending an egg this time around, but then I lose the common teal power, unless I get a chance to lay eggs. Unless I get a chance to replenish, which is, I think I get a fair chance to do that. I can get up to 4 eggs. I'm tempted to lay eggs now because I have got a whole bunch of birds that I don't want that I can use to get more eggs and tuck, and that just gets me more points. And then that also gives me another turn for the tray to be refreshed. So I think that makes the most sense. Alright. I don't need the Arabian tree creeper. I don't need the common blackbird. Oh, I will put 2 eggs there to help toward this goal. I don't know how anyone else is doing because I don't bother to check. Okay, the Northern Traveler is 7 points, but I know I'm not gonna, I know I'm not gonna play him. I will get another grain. Okay, goodbye Northern Traveler. Hello. More eggs. More eggs equals more points, and more eggs equals more cards. So now what I can do is the next time I draw bird cards, I can do the exact same thing. I can spend an egg to get a 4th card, and then I still have at least 6 eggs in my wetlands so that the common teal will double activate. Oh, all players draw 1 from the deck and gain 1 worm from the supply. And the person who plays this, the green goose, draws an additional card. Okay, I will take a free card. Maybe it's something good. Eastern Phoebe. Yeah, you're a good bird overall. You're not helpful to my goal right now. I'll take you. And I will take a free fish. I'm not using it, but I'll take it. Is it worth playing anything else? Is it worth playing the Eastern Phoebe? Maybe it is, because it can help towards this goal of eggs and stick nest, because the star is wild. It can count as any type of nest. I would play it in my wetlands if I were to play it, and if I can get 3 eggs on it, then it could even help toward my, well, if I could get 3 eggs on it, or right now even just 2, it can help towards my common teal goal. So I've got a whole bunch of food that I'm not using. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play the Eastern Phoebe. Yeah, I can eat a cherry. I do need a cherry for my green pheasant, assuming I get an opportunity to play it, but first of all, I've got so much food that I could just like have him eat 2 fish instead of a cherry. He won't know the difference. Most people would, but he doesn't. And I can still play him. But if I were to gain food, I would get a free cherry anyway, as long as I get a worm. So I'm just gonna play the Phoebe. I will spend an egg for my red-winged blackbird. Poor guy's never had more than one egg
Eastern
on him.
Phoebe. Phoebes use mud to attach nests to riverbanks, rocky outcrops, or human structures.
Cool. Come on, swap out your birds. I want to see more birds. I don't usually do this. I'm wondering if I should spend a food to refresh the tray. I think it's probably a good idea. Because I am running out of time. Okay, the last round is only, what, 8, 7, 6, 5. The last round is only 5 turns. I need to spend 2 of those turns playing birds. One for the green pheasant and another for whatever goes here. So I don't want to waste turns, you know, drawing a bunch of bird cards for no payoff. And since I have the extra food, okay, I do not need 4 fish. There is no bird in this game that eats 4 fish. So there are birds that eat 3 fish, but they do not live in the grasslands, as far as I know. Okay. Cool, none of these are helpful either, but at least it's seeing more birds. Kelp gull, no thank you. Australian zebra finch, no thank you. Alright, spend another egg. Click that first, alright. Snowy owl, I love you. No thank you. Alright, all players gain 1 more from the supply. I don't think I want to activate it because it just benefits my enemies. You know, I could probably use more than 1 worm because the green pheasant eats 1 worm. If I ever find a bird to play alongside the green pheasant in the grasslands, it might eat a worm. But like I said, I've got a whole bunch of extra food. So I don't want to help out other players who may need that worm more than I do. So I will skip that power. Yeah, the little egret's power. You're beautiful. You are not helpful to me. The little egret's power does also benefit my enemies, but like not necessarily. All other players draw 1 bird from the deck, and they only can keep it if it can live in the wetlands. Which, granted, you know, probably like a third or so of the birds do. Maybe more, because a lot of them can live in 2 habitats, so, you know. But it's not a guarantee. It's not like the canvas back where everyone gets a free bird. You get a free bird, and you get a free bird. Like, that's usually still worth activating if you need one, but... Okay. I did not get a chance to lay eggs to do this 3 times. I mean, I could have spent that last turn laying eggs, but it would have given me 1 more bird versus the 4 that I got, so. Alright, come on. Please, be a good bird. No. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful! Is that like a... I mean, yeah, I know it's a real bird because all of them are real, but like, that doesn't look like it's a real bird. That looks like a Fantasyland bird. I want to like go Google pictures of this bird to like see if that's what it really looks like. But I can almost guarantee you that I have already done that at some point, either if I came across this bird when I was playing the actual physical board game, or if I was playing the beta for the Asia expansion on iOS that I was playing. which that was somewhat recently, so I feel like I probably would have remembered coming across this bird and then Googling it, but like who knows. So, white-browed tit warbler. That's so beautiful and so not helpful to my goal. I am sorry. You and the black tern are food for the common teal. Goodbye. I will miss you. All right. I had more birds with set cards than anyone else. I was like kind of sort of trying to go for it, but like it was not my primary goal. Ooh, and I am tied for 5 for this one. So if I can place some eggs on the eastern phoebe, I might get an edge. The northern goshawk does not help me because it only lives in the forest. Ugh. I need a 5 or a 6, people. I mean, also like an 8 or a 9 could also help because then I could play the green pheasant first and then play the 8 or 9 after it. But a trumpeter swan does not help. All right, I've only got 5 points, so let's see. Lay eggs on the eastern phoebe to try and get ahead of, I think it was the red chicken that I was tied with. Of course, like anyone else could have, you know, even more slots. Play the green pheasant. I might need to get food. Play whatever the heck else I can find if I find the bird that I need. Get birds. I've got one opportunity. One more opportunity to get the bird I need. Do I spend a food to refresh this tray again? If I need to do it twice, if I need to get birds twice, then I lose the opportunity to gain food again, which I may need to do because if I'm getting a 5, 6, 8, 9 point bird, there's a good chance that it eats more food than I have, especially because if I don't get a free nectar or cherry, I will need to spend 2 of my fish, or you know, a fish and something else, to feed the green pheasant. But I still think it's... Oh, I could also... Oh, maybe I just spend... How many other eggs do I have? I don't have any eggs. Oh, well, you know what? I can spend all these common teal eggs because I don't need its power anymore. Okay. Sorry, so rather than... Well, no, I still need to spend a food to refresh the tray, though. Alright, I'm gonna do that because I really need to find an adequate bird on this turn. You do not live in the right place. You do not live in the right place and you are the wrong number of points. You live in the right place, but you are the wrong number of points. None of you are helpful. Alright, the graceful prenia. Yes! That will count. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay. Alright, I've got one. I've got a plan. Awesome. Okay. Alright, and so this time I will take that extra worm because the graceful prenia needs it. Now, this is the one that I don't need and that only benefits my enemies. I've got a whole bunch of extra birds to tuck, so I'm gonna skip this turn this time. Okay, I'm relieved. So I will need to gain food, but that's fine. I have enough turns to do it. So I think it makes the most sense to get these birds on the board, I will want to lay eggs. But I have enough eggs to play these birds. So I think it makes the most sense to do that first and then lay eggs after the birds are on the board, so I get 4 eggs automatically. So I will spend the birds from a common teal, spend the eggs from a common teal, because I do want to save as many of the eggs and stick nests as I possibly can.
Graceful Prinia. The Prinia's nest is an oval pouch woven out of grass, with a side entrance near the top.
Okay, cool. So I do need to gain food. Well, do I? Technically, actually, I don't think I do. Alright. So, 1 grain. I could just spend all of my food to play it now. Okay. And then I would get to lay eggs twice. I think that is better. Because I don't need the food for anything else. Yeah, I don't need the food for anything else. So I'm just gonna play the green pheasant now. It takes up all my food, but that's fine. Okay.
Green pheasant. This bird was designated the national bird of Japan in 1947.
I did not know that. I should have known that because I have heard that fact before when I have played this bird when I was playing the beta. I'm pretty sure I played it at one point or another. But it went right out of my head. Okay, so strategy time. Okay, I have 25 egg slots. How many of them are stick nests? 2 for the graceful Prinia, and then 4. Okay, so I really only need. Oh my gosh, that's a funny looking bird. Asian emerald dove. That's cool. Yeah, so alright, so I need 6. I'm tempted to skip the green pheasant's power for competitive reasons. It gives me more eggs, but it gives other people more eggs. And I don't want them to have eggs. I want to have all of the eggs. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am skipping this power. Yes, I'm confirming that I'm skipping it. There's also no need to discard an egg for a worm. I don't need any more worms. I will take a free grain. It's a pretty bird. Birds of paradise are so cool. So what came first? The bird of paradise, the bird, or the bird of paradise, the flower? Because I remember being confused on finding out that there are flowers called birds of paradise because I thought they were birds because of the word bird. But then there were also birds of paradise. I would assume that the bird came first and the flower was named such because it looked like the bird, but it could have been, oh, now I get an indigo bunting, not that I need one. I guess that's not a bad power, just free food, but it's an expensive bird for its power. Maybe someone saw the flower, thought it looked like a bird in general, and I don't know. I would guess that the actual bird came first. Okay. 2. And let's see, how many? 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Okay. All right, so I don't actually need any. I don't have any other stick nests, do I? Because I never got around to playing the red shoulder hawk. Not that I really tried. Yeah, so that's all of my stick nest slots. This one can activate, I can tuck up to 2 cards regardless of how many, as long as I have 3 eggs, I assume. I don't know if this would activate if I do not have 3 eggs, because there's 2 parts to it. I don't know if the second sentence only activates if the first sentence activates, or if the second sentence activates regardless of whether the first sentence does. It does not matter because I have enough eggs to activate it anyway. Yeah, the only, like, there's no reason to play these last 2 eggs on the common tail rather than any other bird, but there's also no reason not to. The only place it doesn't make sense to play them is on the red-winged blackbird because he gets a free egg anyway. Okay, for the same reasons as before, I am skipping this power, and for the same reasons as before, I'm skipping this power. Tuck, gain, tuck, sorry Snowy Owl, sorry Hedwig, gain. Okay, that is the game. Did I get enough eggs? Did I read this properly? And was it okay? It was okay that I skipped 6. That's what I thought. Like, yeah, it's okay that I skipped 6. Didn't need to go exactly in order. It just needed to not have any repeats. And yeah. Okay. Alright. There's no need to draw these 3, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. Alright, and then I tucked 2 of them. I could have tucked any 2 that I wanted, but just first ones that I grabbed. Ooh, but the blue rock thrush is pretty. I like that color of blue. There's so many bluebirds, and they're all beautiful. I love the color blue. Yes! Oh, I spent most of the game not thinking I was gonna make it. Alright, 3 out of 4 is not bad. I did atrociously with the nectar. You know, mostly because I mostly got free food, which happened to mostly not be nectar. So like, I'll take it. But like, I only had to actually gain food like a couple of times in the whole game. 3-way tie. I guess I'll get 2 points, sure. Alright, let's see how I did. What are the results? Only 34. Ugh. And then 8 for my Royal Scotch, which really isn't that much, but it was fun to have something to work toward. I had a decent number of eggs for once. No food on cards. Oh no! This guy's going ahead of me. Tucked cards. I do have a decent amount of tucked cards. Okay. No nectar. 96. Okay. That is not my best game in the world. But I did win. So, yeah. I'll take it. I'll take the W. What the hell was this blue owl doing with only 46 points? Like, were you even trying, dude? I don't know, was he just trying to play High Point Bert to not do anything else? I don't know. But whatever. Yeah, somewhat close. Okay, like, I'll take that score. I will take a score of 96. I think I could have done better if I'd played more high point bird cards. Most of them, you know, are kind of on the lower side. Obviously, I had to start low to get high. I mean, I didn't need to. Like, I could have tried for, like, you know, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Obviously, that would have, but it would have been, it was hard enough to do this. Like, I almost didn't make it. Like, it was really lucky that I was able to get the graceful Prinia right there at the end. But yeah, no, these low point birds they did not contribute much in the way of points, but you know, they contributed a lot in the way of everything else. Like, I got to see so many birds, which I really needed to do to be able to achieve this goal of, and you know, I only get 8 points for it, so like, was it really worth it? You know, I could have played an 8-point bird instead. So was it really worth it? You know, as far as point scoring, maybe not, because it took me literally the entire game to achieve this. So, if I'd done a more achievable bonus card that could have also been worth, 8 points or, maybe 7 or 6, I could have drawn another bonus card and maybe got more bonus card points, or I could have, spent the rest of the game focusing on playing some high point birds, because I did get the opportunity to see some, and I even had some in my hand. Um, more 7, 8 point birds. Even 6 points isn't bad. Like the kelp gull was easy enough to play if I'd wanted to. Um, but I chose to allow the bonus card to determine the direction of my game. That was a choice that I made. Maybe it wasn't the smartest choice, but it was fun for me. Like, I really like having a direction to work towards when I start a game of Wingspan. And it's oftentimes driven by the bonus cards. Sometimes it's driven by the end of round goals as well. Sometimes I find myself starting an engine and just want to build that out. I know, like, that's one of the main ways of scoring in this game. Um, I usually don't end up finding the birds that I need to create an efficient engine, or at least, like, it takes so long to find the birds to set it up that I don't actually get a chance to run it, because then the game ends by the time I set it up. But there have been a few times I've been successful in that way. But yeah, I enjoy chasing those bonus cards, even if it only gets me 96 points. And hey, like, 96 points is not bad. That is not a bad score. 46 points is a bad score. I'm sorry, Blue Owl. You were not trying. Maybe it's your first time, I don't know. And if it is, okay, fine. Like, that was mean, but 96 points is not bad. And I won. I beat the rest of those AIs. So I will take the W, and I will see everyone who's not actually here, because I'm just talking to myself, next time. Bye. Wait, how do I stop it? Is it still going? I stopped it on the other thing. How do I stop it on Twitch? I don't know how to turn it off on Twitch. Live.